Hi, my name's Nikki Regala. I'm 33 years old. I live in Bournemouth, which is where we are filming from. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a veterinary nurse for 16 years. I've travelled all over the world looking after all sorts of animals. I consider myself very lucky. I've just come back from 5 months in Sulawesi in northern Indonesia, working in a large wildlife rescue centre with about 200 different animals, everything from turtles to macaques to birds of prey, so all sorts. Prior to that, I spent a bit of time in Borneo working in Baruti's orangutan rescue centre, so I've been very lucky. When I'm in England funding my adventures, I work as an A&E nurse, and in my spare time I love to travel, I live to travel, whether I'm getting in my camper van going around Devon and Cornwall for a surf, or whether I'm going overseas, doing some voluntary work with the animals. I don't mind, I'm happy from travelling. I have travelled all over Africa, probably my favourite place in the world still. I've spent 4 months living in a tent in Mozambique, being a dive master. I've had malaria, I've had a bit of bilharzia, a few other nice bugs. I've been around a lot of Indonesia, spent 6 months out in Borneo working with the orangutans, had 5 months in Sulawesi, and obviously a few little cheeky surfs around Bali and surrounding areas. I always get asked why I'm a veterinary nurse and an A&E nurse. I always get asked why I changed from animals to people, and I always say it's not really that much of a change actually. Everything feels pain and happiness and comfort, so transferable skills. I've just come back from Sulawesi, which is northern Indonesia. It sits to the east of Borneo, and I was working out there in a large rescue wildlife centre, rescue and rehab. Had about 210 odd animals. We had primates, crocodiles, we had birds of prey, had loads of reptiles, so a real diverse bunch. All of them come from sad stories, and huge job. Amazing job, again another privileged moment, but going through the whole range of emotions being there. Moments of being really elated, moments of being really devastated and overwhelmed, but that was part of what made the experience so amazing. So why would I want to work with elephants? I think the answer is obvious. Why wouldn't I want to work with elephants? I think anyone that's an animal lover, veterinary nurse or not veterinary nurse, would give their right arm and leg to have an opportunity like that. I think it's a huge privilege to be even involved in rescue or rehabilitation or aiding these creatures in any way, shape or form, to do them justice, to do what's right for them, and to do it with love. And secondly, I think that education of people, that it's good for them to see what's happening, what the reality is, and maybe moves them to actually doing something, whether it's donating or doing voluntary work or anything. Education, I think, is the only way that anything will ever change. The potential challenges is generally sometimes feeling like it's you against the entire country, sometimes going against a culture, striving to educate people who may not necessarily want to know or want to learn, trying to handle your emotions in a way that doesn't drag people around you down, or sharing them in a positive way and learning how to handle them, the big dips, highs and lows. And obviously healthcare of the animals is always a huge challenge if you're somewhere where your resources are limited and your animals get sick. That's often one of the most frustrating times. The ultimate experience in all of it, I guess, is getting to see whatever you're caring for being released back into the wild, where it's meant to be, where it should always have been. It's definitely it's an experience that you don't ever forget. It's why you're there. It's the whole purpose of everything we're doing, is to get these animals back out where they should be in the wild. Something I feel really, really passionately about. We don't often get to the release stage, so when you do, and you know you've been a part of getting that animal released and to see it going back into its natural habitat, where it is meant to be, where it always was meant to be and should never have been taken out, I think it's an incredible feeling. Elation, really.